Alright, what's going on everybody? This is Sir Kirby and welcome back to the Chaos Seed. Last time I got a little bit frustrated with how things had been going up to this point. That's my bad. I need to be better about not just kind of writing everything off as an L as it happens. I also have done some thinking about what our next path of progression is. I don't think we can get into Water Temple with just Silver Scale, but I'm intrigued to try. And also something else that I considered that could be worth checking is that in the Water Temple itself, which is behind Forest, we are able to get like 5 or 6 checks, I believe, since we have Song of Time. So I would like to head that way first, which is probably quicker to get there through Requiem, now that I think about it. But that's the first thing I want to do. I didn't mark off our blue shirt last time, so let's do that now. We've gotten all the Skulltula checks, so House of Skulltula isn't a thing we need to worry about anymore. Really, the only thing we're missing as far as making major progress is a handful of boss keys and Strength 2. If I recall, the only boss key we have is for Fire Temple, or rather for Ganon's Castle. Fire Temple is the one that would be the most immediately useful because that would lead directly to Spirit Medallion. Let me actually check that while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we only have Ganon's Castle boss key. If we can get into GTG, that's nice because I think 5 keys is in fact enough to get every chest in there, or at least it's close. I know you can miss 2, I just forget how many there are in there actually. I think there's actually 9 keys, so we need 7 in order to reach every check in there. But that is something that we can certainly work toward. If we need to, I can come back later to check Forest Temple, because we can do some stuff in there, but that's one of those where, unless we can full clear it to the point of being at the boss door, I'd really rather hold off. But yeah, so that's more or less what I'm thinking at this point. As far as other things that we can do, we do have the Happy Mask trading sequence, but that's another one of those things that if I can absolutely stay away from it, I would like to. That's one of those where if push comes to shove, that can be like one of the last things we do. We do have that available now since we got Weird Egg and completed that quest to the point of getting Zelda's letter. So that's on the table. That might be one of those things that I just do at some point soon, specifically to get it over with. We'll see. In the meantime, let's go into the Water Temple and see what we can find. So with 4 keys, that doesn't get us much, but it does get us the long shot check and then a few things that are behind it through this door. Obviously, without Iron Boots, we can't go lower than this level, but this is better than nothing. There are, I think, 2 skulls and 2 chests in here that we can get. Possible that one of them is important. That's a piece of heart. That's fine. Not great, but the more of those we find, the less likely they are behind something that we actually need. Fewer places to look. We can completely cheese this room since we have hovers, and that's fun. Hover boots height. We can just literally float across pretty much everything in here and then end up on this side of things. Nice shot. If we get gold scale, we can get into GTG logically. That's something that I would be okay with doing. I have to fight Dark Link without the Big Goron sword. Do I have nuts? I have plenty. Okay. So this will work out fine. You know, unless I choke and mess it up, which is certainly possible. Really? Okay. Dude. Excuse me? Where are they going? With enough hits, this will work eventually. You know, unless it doesn't. You should be getting close to going down. There we go. That's definitely not the sexiest way to do that fight, but considering I suck at every other way to do it, it's what I know best, and therefore it's what I'm gonna do. Forest Temple boss key sure is a find. So we finally got a boss key. Unfortunately, we still need one more small key before we can actually make use of that, but it's a start. Doing this room without iron boots is obnoxious. It's actually possible there's a skull that we're not going to be able to reach. I don't remember. Can we reach that skull without iron boots? I think we can, but just barely. I don't know if we can reach it from here or not, actually. I've never tried. I can see what it is, I guess. Okay, it's vanilla, so we don't have to worry about it. That's nice to know. And then we can get this chest here. Really? Come on. I could actually just do this with hovers now that I think about it. And it's what I'm gonna do, because I find that easier. And we have a skull token. 55 of them. Okay, this... Is this a check we can get? I don't know if we're able to do this or not. I'm gonna try it, because I am intrigued. But I'm not sure we can do this. Huh. That sure was a strategy. What do we have here? Another skull token. Wow, I can't believe that was so worth it. That is pretty close to what I figured might happen, though. Unfortunately. Since we have our scale now, we can get back out, so at least there's that. Alright, that was an inventive way to do that room, I suppose. I don't know if there's anything else we can do in here or not. We still need... That was a visual happening. Oh. Did I just soft lock myself? Well, not exactly a soft lock. That's funny. Alright, whatever. We got what we came here for, which unfortunately doesn't really help us yet. So what else can we do? We can... We can go out to the lake and see if we can get into the water temple with only silver scale, but I'm pretty sure you need gold scale to do it. What I'm actually going to do first, now that I think about it, just because it's probably a better use of our time, is I'm going to check Forest Temple, because we can definitely get almost every check left in there, except for, I think, like 3. And if we find a key along the way, that'll actually let us get all the way through it. So to me, it's worth the check to see. At some point, I'm going to need to go get a big Poe. But that's one of those checks that I'd like to hold off on if I can, just because it's obnoxious to do. It's not too difficult, it's just one of those things where I want to put it off if I can. Forest Temple, we should have 2 small keys, and as such, the ability to get, God, how many checks? I want to say like 4 or 5. Because obviously we've been in this first room already, and we've gone up the, what am I thinking of here? We've gone up the tower, but we weren't able to unlock the last door up there to get into the Poe fighting rooms. And like I said, if we get one more vanilla key between now and then we can get this Frisbee and the Temple of Time check, which has a reasonable chance to be Way of the Hero, because I do believe that we were told Temple of Time is on the Way of the Hero, and that can only either be the Prelude check or the Light Arrow check. Either way, it's probably a boss key. I'm hoping that it is the Prelude check, because that's the easier one to get of the 2 at this point, especially since we already have the Forest Temple boss key, but we're missing basically everything we need to get the Light Arrow check. It's also possible that the Way of the Hero there is Strength 2, but I kind of doubt that. So I remember we were able to unlock this door, but not the next one. We can fight, let's see, we can fight both Poes, and then we can fight the Stalfos in the middle. That gets us 3 chests. So it's not actually quite as much as I thought, but it is chests nonetheless. It's still 3 more chests than we've gotten at the moment, so we get a Fire Temple key, we can do some Fire Temple work. If all else fails at this point, I'm thinking we need to, that was the wrong thing. At this point, if all else fails, we probably need to go check that Gerudo Valley cow. I don't know why I did that in, like, the longest possible method. I forgot that was a thing that I could do for a second. Mirror Shield would be nice-ish, but it doesn't really change anything until we get Strength 2. Although we do need it at some point. A Recovery Heart. That's totally what I came here for. Okay, Stalfos fight. Please get out of the middle of the floor so I can fight you. Thanks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there's the big one. And now these 2 aren't nearly as threatening because I can't fall through the floor now. Okay. That looked cool. I'm proud of that one. What does the bow chest have in store for us, I wonder? One of these days I'm going to go to the correct side of that chest on the first try. A Forest Temple small key, so we can full clear forest now. That's actually really nice. So that means that no matter what we do, we get a Frisbee this episode. Hooray! And that also means we get the Prelude check, which could be Strength 2. Hooray! This is one of those things where I probably could have and should have done it a while ago, but I didn't want to count on there being a key in here. But now that we know there it is, it's good information to have. And that key by itself, there could still be more. It also works out that I waited until we got the boss key to even attempt this. That's kind of why I gave in and figured we could try it. Had I not gone into the water temple and found the boss key for this, I would have said screw it. But another recovery heart. Whatever. But since we got it now, that's... I mean, it's definitely not the most ideal thing that could have been here, but like I said, it allows us... actually, that key by itself allows us, I think, 3 more checks, plus a Frisbee. So that actually is really nice. Let me prepare my cheat. There's that. That'll twist our hallway out, and we can jump down to get the 3rd poster. I'm just glad to finally make some progress, to be completely honest with you. It was bound to happen at some point. The fact that it took as long as it did kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. But we're there now, and better late than never, you know? So we can grab that chest, then we can get 2 right outside the boss room, plus 1 more from Phantom Ganon. And that will be a full clear of Forest. Water Temple key, which, again, would be fantastic if we could ever get there. And to actually use that particular key. Let's drop these blocks down. One of these days, I feel like I'm going to forget to pay attention to where those shadows are, and I'm going to crush myself and void myself out. I've heard stories of people doing it. I've never done it, but it's something that I would do because I don't pay attention. Hopefully that day is a long way off still. In the meantime, grab the block. Like I said, we can get our 3rd Poe, and then that leads us directly to our 4th Poe. And then that leads us to Phantom Ganon and our 2nd Frisbee. Excuse me. Really? Almost did it again. So the question, of course, is what we get from either Phantom Ganon or from Temple of Time. And again, I'm quite sure at this point, given what Way of the Hero even can be as far as items, that the Way of the Hero that we're going to get is most likely from the Prelude check, which we can go get as soon as we're done here. We'll see. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and preemptively... You know what? There is technically 1 chest here that we still haven't been able to get because we can't get into the... Actually, no, we did get that, I think. We drained the well. We sure did. So that is a full clear of Forest, or at least it will be by the time we're done here. Also gets us a green Frisbee. That one I am going to wait for at least a second before I mark it. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself, even though I'm quite sure I'm not going to mess it up. Come on. Okay. Let's get our empty bottle out here. Okay, so downstairs we can get a skull, a small chest, and then we can get into the boss room to get rid of that. Okay, which which way does this need to move first? It needs to move this way first. If I recall, the chest and the skull are in the same room right here. What do we have? A skull token. What about you? A skull token. At some point, we're gonna stop finding those, surely. Okay, now I gotta slide this around one more because the switch is, I believe, right behind me. Or maybe it's across the way. I actually don't remember. It's right behind me. Hit this switch, then we push it one back to the right. Then we hit the red switch. Then we push it two more, go open the blue switch. And then we claim a Frisbee. So it took a little while, but we are finally making some kind of headway, and that's pretty cool, I would say. Across here, blue switch, then back across into the boss room. Okay. Second Frisbee hype. Nice to finally be able to do one of these again. You know, that's actually the first boss key we've used now that I think about it. Because the other two dungeons we cleared were DC and Tree. That sure is a music choice. Where is he? He's right there. I'm bound to find this music somewhere. I'm a little bit surprised that it was here. Okay. Where's he coming out this time? Behind me. There he is. Same one. Just kidding. Alright. Can we please make quick work of this? I have other things that I want to go do. Really? Stop being rude. Stop being rude. Why are you still being rude? It's not very cash money of you. You know what? I'll accept that. Nice. 2 cycle. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let's see what this gets us from the heart container. Probably nothing, but I am hopeful. That's not nothing. GTG key. One more and we can full clear that. Okay, now I can mark off that. And real quick before we stop for today, we can go get the prelude check and see if that is in fact an important thing. My gut says it probably is a boss key. Or strength 2. We'll find out. Let's see which it is, if it's either of those. A small key from bottom of the well. So if Temple of Time is Way of the Hero, that means it has to be the... That means it's got to be like the Shadow Temple boss key then. That's interesting. Because it can't be... It can't be Mirror Shield if it's behind... Let me make sure that's what this hint said. I think that was this hint right here that said that. Unless I'm getting my seeds mixed again. But I've made a point not to play any recently, so I doubt that's the case. Let's see. It sure does say that. So that means it can't be... Is it Nocturne? Do we have to go Fire, Spirit, Jabu, Shadow or something? It's got to be like Shadow Temple Boss Key, I would think. It's either that or Shadow. It has to be one of those two. That's not very cash money. Because that, so since it was a bottom of the well small key, that means that we already checked everything at bottom of the well. We full cleared that. Nothing was locked progression-wise by a key. So, that means it has to be Strength 2, Mirror Shield. I guess it could be Iron Boots, but I doubt it. Huh. That is a pickle. We will pick that up next time. For now, I'm going to take a moment to think about what the hell to do. You know, as I do quite a bit. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care.